everyone, it's Miss Garcia. I wanted to go ahead and create a video that shows you how to set up a MLA formatted Word document, both in Word on the desktop and then using OneDrive and Google Docs. So let's get started with the desktop version. So you click on Microsoft Word. You just double click it. It does take a little bit of time sometimes. Then you click blank document. Alright, once it's open, you can go ahead and make it as big or as small as you need it to. So here we go. So Microsoft Word automatically defaults to 1-inch margins, but to be able to check that, you can go ahead and go to Layout and click on Margins, and it'll say Normal, which is 1 inch top, 1 inch bottom, 1 inch left, and 1 inch right. Okay. Also remember for MLA documents, you need to have a header, which is your last name and the page number. So what you'll do is you'll basically just double click up here, and it'll say header. So there's these different options here, and you can say edit header as well. But it's just easier for me to go to home. I'm going to do right align. I'm going to change the font to Times New Roman. It's already in 12, and I'm going to type in my last name and put a space. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to Insert, and where it says Header and Footer, I'm going to put in my page number. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK because it automatically defaults to having it right aligned, and now I can click outside my header. Now if the double clicking on the top does not work for you, you can also go to Insert, do Header, then click Header, and then you would just hit Edit, and it'll open it that way as well. So now we're going to go ahead and click outside the header, and notice that it automatically defaulted to Calibri. We're going to go ahead and change that to Times New Roman. It is 12 font. It is left aligned as it should be, but we're going to go here where it says line and paragraph spacing, and we're going to go ahead and click 2. So that's going to double space it. Another way you can also do that is go to Format, Paragraph, and this window will open. And then it has line spacing right here. We'll click double and make sure that this says 0, 0. You do not want these to be anything else because then it'll mess up your spacing. And you can just hit OK. So our heading, the first line is going to be your name, then your teacher's name, your class, and then I always ask my students to put the period that they're in. So let's go ahead and put 5th period, okay? And then we're going to put the date. And remember, the date is formatted the day, then the month, then the year. And then you hit enter. Once you hit enter, you're going to want to go up here and center a line because this is where your title will go. Remember, in MLA, it is not bolded or underlined. It is just plain text. Once you have your title, you'll hit enter, and then you're going to left align again and hit tab. Okay, Word automatically defaults to a 0.5 tab, so you should be good. And then you'll start typing. Okay, and then you can go ahead and type your paragraph, and then always remember new paragraphs are indented, so you'll hit tab again. And on another video, I will show you how to set up your works cited and also include in-text citations. So this is how you will do it in Word. And then you want to make sure that you're saving your document, so you can either go here to File Save, or you can click the little save icon here, and then you'll title your document. The location is where it's going to save. You're going to want to remember where that is because sometimes it will be in documents and it can be a little bit different. Okay. So I went ahead and saved that. So that is basically how we make sure to set up MLA in the Word desktop application. Now what you want to do is let's go ahead and look at OneDrive. So what you'll do is you'll log into your OneDrive and you'll see the Word icon here. You will click it Again, you're going to do new blank document. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I prefer to set up my papers in the desktop application. It's just easier for me, but I do know that a lot of you are using both OneDrive and Google Docs. So for this, again, it is going to default to 1-inch margins, which is nice. To get your header, you're going to go to Insert, and it says Header and Footer. Now this is a little bit trickier because as you see it's divided into 3. So you're going to want to click into the right one and it will automatically right align. Then you're going to want to click Home and make sure to put it on Times New Roman and make sure it is 12. And again you're going to put your last name, space, and then go to Insert and it says Page Numbers. And here it gives you different options. Again, you're going to want to make sure it's right aligned. And then we're going to go ahead and click outside of it. Now, with OneDrive, it's not going to show you what your header looks like, but I will show you how you can check it in a little bit. So again, it is back here where the first line on the page. You're going to want to go to Home again, and again, change it to Times New Roman and 12 font. You're also going to want to make sure that it is left aligned. And then over here, there's these 3 little dots and it'll say line spacing. You're going to want to do 2, okay? And then you also want to check that it's 0 before and after. So see here, it says after is 8. You're going to want to go ahead and bring that down to 0. Hit OK. All right, so now we can go ahead and enter our heading. Again, your first name and last name, your teacher's name, the class, and then the date. You'll hit enter, and then you're going to go again to center align, and you're going to go ahead and put the title, hit enter, and go back to left align, tab, and there you go. So it is automatically saving, but if you want to change the name of the document, you'll just click this little down arrow where it says saved, and you can go ahead and change that as well. And the location shows you that it's going to be in my file folder under documents. So that's how you do it in OneDrive. Now let's take a look at Google Docs. So you go to Google, and then you're going to click this little icon over here and scroll down to where it says Google Docs. We'll go ahead and open one up. We're going to select blank. Okay. Like the other 2 options, it does default to 1 inch, so that's always nice. So we don't really have to worry about that. And then here to go ahead and start our header, we're going to click Insert where it says Headers and Footer. We're going to click Header. And here we do need to go ahead and switch to Times New Roman 12. And then we are going to right align. So we're going to type in your last name, space. Then we're going to go here to Insert, Page Numbers. And we're going to select this first option so that it will continuously update the other pages. That is one thing that you do need to be careful of. Do not just put 1. You want to insert a page number so that it'll continuously do it for the rest of the pages. Now we can click outside the header. Unlike the OneDrive, you actually get to see your header, so that's nice. So now we are back at the first line of on the document. We want to go ahead and make sure that we are in Times New Roman 12. Okay. Then we want to go ahead to go here where it says line spacing, and it defaults to 1.15. We want to go ahead and hit double. Okay. And again, this one will also default to 00, so that is nice, unlike OneDrive. All right, so it seems like we have everything set up, so we can go ahead and type in our first name, our teacher's name, our class, with the period, which is what I like. and then our date with the day, then the month, then the year. Then again, we're going to hit enter and we're going to center, and we're going to place our title here in normal font, do not bold or underline. Hit enter, left align, and hit tab and start typing. And just remember that as you're typing and you start a new paragraph, you're going to tab again so that it indents, so each new paragraph is easily identified. All right, so that's how you set up everything in Word, OneDrive, and Google Docs. And again, here for Google Docs, if you want to save the document and change the name, you just click in this box and you can put the name of the document, and it'll tell you it's saving it in your OneDrive. What's also really good about OneDrive and Google Docs is they automatically save for you, so they're continuously updating and saving, but sometimes the formatting can get a little tricky. And then the problem with Word is that sometimes when you're doing it in Word itself, you do need to click the save button. It is not always going to automatically save, especially if you have it saving to your computer. So just be sure to do that, and making sure that you are very much aware of which type of document you used, and also just making sure where you save it. If you have any questions about MLA, just please let me know.